The barriers to free trade in African countries. Africa's free trade continues to be limited by both domestic and global barriers. Some of the domestic barriers are low agricultural productivity and investment, poor transportation and communications, infrastructure and inefficient custom producers. Although some African country representatives met in Kigali on March 21, 2018 to sign the African Continental Free Trade Agreement and the Protocol on Free Movement of People in other countries, with the hope of settling the political goal of establishing a free trade area, there are some barriers to free trade within the African countries. 1. The limited role of intra-African trade. Most African countries trade relatively little among themselves. For example, less than 20% of the total exports and imports of sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East and North Africa goes to and comes from these two regions. 2. Commodity monoculture. Many African countries depend on commodity exports, mainly fuels, metal ores, and other minerals. This makes them vulnerable to price fluctuations in the global market. For instance, the collapse of commodity prices in 2014 caused a reduction of African exports and imports consequently. 3. Tariff and non-tariff barriers. Tariff barriers are taxes imposed on the goods which are traded from abroad, while non-tariff barriers are trade barriers that restrict the import and export of goods within the country. Most African countries are members of the World Trade Organization. The restrictions of free movement of people limits trade opportunities within Africa. Thus, the barriers limit intracontinental trade compared to the trade with external partners, since some developed countries outside Africa have low import tariffs than the African nations. 4. Poor infrastructure. Africa is full of undeveloped transcontinental roads and railway networks. This has discouraged intracontinental trade. As a result, the cost of movement within African countries becomes higher and hard to cope with. In conclusion, to have a successful free trade in Africa, supplementary policies and programs should be revised, i.e., fighting corruption, revamping transcontinental transport and communications networks, free movement of people, trade logistics, and the governance systems. Please like, comment, share and subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos.